Hi. So apparently I ran out of space on my phone. So part two. Yeah. So apparently something I learned. Yeah, because obviously I'm using my phone to do these videos and like I delete them after I'm done. Turns out they aren't exactly deleted. They're in the trash can. But the trash can hasn't deleted. It's like, oh, normally it'll automatically get rid of stuff in like 30 days. But because I'm making videos all the time, we ran out of space. So yeah, so I was actually watching my video, which I'm getting more comfortable watching my videos, and it's just like, okay, where did I leave off? Okay, so yeah, you the perfume, all like the industry is so toxic. I'm just like, I don't know how y'all can. I just don't get it. I'm just like, how can companies in good conscience make stuff that is so toxic to your system? Because like most perfumes, like artificial, I can't handle at all. Like I'm good with essential oils, I'm good like, certain like smokes, because like if you're like burning sage or like frankincense, myrrh, that kind of incense. Well, some incense is good, some incense is bad. Like I love like the incense I got from like Japan and Bhutan, but some like this, but like yeah, some of the stuff I like, um the champa. You have to be very careful with incense because a lot of the cheaper stuff is like made with poor quality ingredients and mixed with other things. I remember, I think I maybe shared this in another video. When I was shopping to do like my yoga teacher training, I found this one place. It was a little far from my place, but it was cheaper and it was a good price. But you gotta at least go. Oh, I had a migraine after like being in that studio, and like the studio was also right by like a train station, so it's like you constantly like hear the train all the time. I'm like, I don't know how this yoga studio is gonna survive this, because I'm like, I don't know how you could get zen with like with all this traffic. And like the incense was just overpowering, and I stayed there because I'm also interviewing to see if I want to be, because if y'all do like a teacher training, you know it's not just them interviewing you to see if you are a good fit for their program. It's you interviewing them if they're a good fit for you. So, I mean, you could say the same thing like with jobs and stuff like that. But yeah, I was like interviewing them. That was like my purpose. And I was just like, literally, I opened the door, like, champa. I was just like, oh Lord. And it was intense. I'm just like, literally smacking me in the face. Because, some champas I'm okay with. It's like, yeah, if you burn a stick. But this place, it seemed like 10 of them were gone. Like, like being punched in the face is the best description of what that smell was like. And I had a migraine for the rest of the day. Couldn't do anything. But yeah, but like, like these chemicals that they're putting on your in these perfumes, they're toxic. And I don't know how y'all can do that. And like some people say, oh, they smell so good. And I'm like, but how are they making them smell that good? Like how? Like what chemicals? Because it's like it's insane. Like you can't even find out what the ingredients are. Like with certain laundry detergents and like things of this nature, you can't even find out what the ingredients are. And if you actually find out what some of the ingredients are to get some of these smells, some of you would be horrified. And same thing like with like food coloring and like certain preservatives. Like some of the stuff like to get certain colors is like, I can't remember what it was, but it was something where it's just like, oh yeah, something from like a beaver bladder something. I was just like, what? It was like an extract from that, not that, but an extract from that gland of this animal. I'm just like, y'all are crazy. And and I don't know if you know this as well, like not only is this toxic, but it's going on your probably on your skin, because that's where most people, they put it here, they put it there. In your skin is your largest detoxifying organ, and you're literally clogging up, putting such toxicity on it, and it can also wreak havoc on your hormones. It's like with all these chemical stuff, and it's just like, yeah, I hope y'all find some safer alternatives to things, because this is way too much. It's like, and people sometimes wonder like, oh, how come they get sick over time and stuff like that. Like, so this is something that stuck with me. Like, I was watching this show. Oh, what was the name of the show? It was like one of those crime military shows. Oh, I used to watch it, and like I used to watch reruns. I can't even remember what channel it originally aired on, but oh, it was like they were like kind of like the police for like the military, and NCIS, yes, NCIS. And there was this one episode where one of the characters, uh Zima was her name? I can't remember. But anyway, she goes for runs, and like there's like this guy, and then like the guy collapses and stuff like that. Turns out guy's like a military guy, blah blah blah, blah. And like he's like kind of dying in that sense, and they couldn't figure out what's wrong with him, and they think it's like poison. And like when poison control, that kind of stuff comes in, because I think it's like poison, radiation, stuff like that. It's like, okay, what have you been exposed to? What have you been eating? Who have you met? And when you're sick like that, they go through all these questions like, what have you eaten? What have you drank? Who have you been around? What have you been exposed to? And it's just like, people don't realize we expose ourselves to so much stuff over time. And it's kind of sad, because that character, he wasn't a main character, it's just like the one character. He ended up dying because the the poison was in the cigars that he likes to smoke. And he was sneaking smoke like in the hospital, and ended up dying. But sad. But that always stuck with me, how like they would always go into, okay, like you have been poisoned, like it's could be fatal, like we need to know everything you have been doing for the past couple of days. And isn't that interesting that most people don't think about that kind of stuff on a regular basis? Like, ever since I saw that, that always stuck with me. And it's like, yeah, I'm like a health conscious person, like I try to be aware of stuff, but how that was presented me just sent off a ding, like in my brain. It's just like, oh, like, because but when you get that powerful story that just really hit and resonate, it's just like, yeah. And so like when I think of any of you wearing like these colognes and perfumes, my suggestion is just stop. Please, like, you don't know what that's doing to your body long term. You know, like all these chemicals, like you probably couldn't even get them to tell you what chemicals are in there, because yeah, the fact that, oh, it has a label, legally they don't have to put everything on the ingredients list. Like a lot of these things, like I know some laundry detergents and a few other businesses, they don't have to legally tell you what all the ingredients are. And isn't that insane? Yeah, because I want all of y'all to live healthy, long lives. And if you're putting all this chemical stuff, even soaps, even certain soaps, like, oh, the fragrances, like y'all with the body lotion, the body, like when I was little, when I was much younger, I used to love like looking into like the Bath and Body Works and like the different smells. And like I couldn't handle most of the smells, but I'm like, oh, this is so cute though, and I would try, and then I get overwhelmed, and then my sense of smell as my sensitivity has increased over time. So I was able to handle some of it as a little kid, but I think because of all the detoxing and taking care of myself growing up, my body's just like, no. Mm-mm. So yeah, I just want y'all to just be aware. As like, you know, I also, I know also for myself, if something's not good for my skin or something internally is going wrong, sometimes I get a little eczema on my face. Like as soon as I feel like that little patch, like here or maybe there, it's like, okay, we gotta stop what we're doing and restart stuff. So like, yeah, I'm sensitive to that kind of stuff. And I just want y'all to be aware, like, y'all can make better choices. And it's just like, just think about all that stuff. Like when you read those labels and ingredients lists, it's just like, what is even these things? like I do the best I can like with soaps and things because I need soap. You know, I'm not trying to say, oh, you should never wear soap. Like I personally can't use a lot of soap on my face because it will just irritate it. I just can't. It is what it is. But it's just like, just be careful with what you're putting on your body. Your skin is literally your largest organ that helps get rid of stuff for you. Like that's one of the reasons we're supposed to sweat. It's getting stuff out. You know, one of the things, that people do, with the hot tubs and the saunas, you're also detoxing, helping getting rid of heavy metals out of your body from sweat. So the fact everyone's putting all this like these these artificial fragrances with the lotions and potions and body washes and perfumes. I'm just gonna suggest to y'all need to stop it. I mean, end of the day, you do what you want. But same thing like with skincare and like makeup. It's just like the one thing I could not get over because when I was younger, I was trying to be cute. I want to be cute too. And I have a habit of like biting my lips. So it's like, oh, let me have lip gloss. It looks shiny. You eat the lip gloss. You eat lip gloss. And you have no idea what you're eating. And and like, what's the glitter? I don't know. I was a teenager. There was glitter. But even if you're an adult and you just a plain shiny lip gloss, you have no idea what you're eating. There's no way you don't eat the lip gloss. You take a sip of water, you eat something, you lick your lips out of habit. You're like eating your lip gloss. Like, isn't that insane? I bet y'all, some of y'all never even thought of that or don't give it much mind. Or lip gloss, or lipstick. You're literally eating your makeup. Your skin is eating your makeup. You're eating the lotions, potions, and perfumes and colognes. It's just like, this is intense. So I'll give you some suggestions that I like using. So I like using essential oils just because they're easy. Like you probably want to use a carrier oil. So like it's not too intense because these are concentrated. So you probably want to use a carrier oil depending what you're doing. There might be a few you can put straight on. I might not recommend that for most people, especially if you have sensitive skin. But that's an option. It's definitely better than cologne, perfume, and all that stuff. You know, I've actually also even used vanilla extract because you know what? I'm making something. I pour it, it's dripping from the bottle. I just wipe it with my hand and I just put it on myself. And you smell like vanilla. And people are like, ooh, that smells nice. I'm like, yes. I'll be baking today. And what I like using for the lips, I forget to use it all the time because I don't always have it in hand. But I use honey. How simple is like I use raw honey. I just put it like in a little thing because I'm not carrying around my 5-pound jar of it because that's ridiculous. But you could just get one of those little tin glass thingies, put some honey in there, and just take your finger and there you go. It's shiny. And if you eat it, it's okay. It's honey. It's honey. I recommend raw natural honey because there's fake honey out there. Isn't that sad that there's fake food out there and like we're eating fake food? It's sad. I'm just like, no, they ain't the way to go. But yeah, like I don't know if y'all want to hear more my rants about how toxic some of these products are and looking for alternative ways to like do stuff. It's just so insane with the choices we make when we don't know better. And it's just like there are so many good choices we can make. We just have to be aware of them. So if anything, just even if you don't do anything, at least let it go into your brain. Let it be a little seed somewhere. You can use essential oils. You can use vanilla extract. You can use honey on your lips. There are so many other opportunities to let yourself smell and feel good without hurting yourself in the long term. And I love you all. Be well, be safe, and have a good rest of your night.